What does the average day of Andy McFarland look like?
Yeah, average day. So I wake up about 7.5 or 8 hours after I go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's your descriptive. I typically go to sleep at like 10, 11, sometimes 12. Like I don't go to sleep past 12 like I'm a zombie. I don't go to sleep past 12. Then I'll wake up like 8 hours, 7.5, 8 hours after that.
Okay.
Sleep's important. So
yeah.
You know, I try to be gluttonous with it, but like I get my sleep in, right?
Right.
There's that. And when I wake up, first thing in the morning, I'll read,
Okay.
and I read scriptures first thing in the morning. That's what I do. Like other type of reading and podcasts and stuff I do at night or in the afternoon.
Okay.
But I'll wake up and read scriptures, and I have like prayer and meditation time in the morning.
Okay.
It's not like super long. I'm not sitting there for 30 minutes, but you know, praying or anything. But I'll do that, and then I'll go have breakfast with my family.
Nice.
Get the kids off to school. And then I start tackling this to do, the stuff from the day. So the night before, I always just make a list of things that I need to do, ABC lists. Some of you guys that are productivity people, you've done that before. So whatever things I need to do in that list.
And I learned that from you, by the way.
Oh, did you?
I do that.
I still do that.
The night before, I put together my to-do list for tomorrow.
I still do that. Like the night before, I'll write it, the A, B, C list. And I physically write them down. I have stuff on my phone, but I physically write the stuff down. And then I'll start tackling that. I'll start looking at it and see what those are. And a lot of times, stuff that's on my A list is like lunch with a friend.
Nice.
Like that can make an A list for me, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I block the time to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll do whatever I need to do that day as it pertains to my goals of that week and month, you know?
Right.
So I'll you know, deal with it that way, right? So
Yes.
I do stuff, but it's not like the stuff people might be thinking I'm doing all the time.
Right.
But yeah, so I'll try to tackle on that list, right? That's what I do every day. And then typically around 5 o'clock, like I'll, you know, it's dinner with the family, and the kids are coming home from school at like 3:30, so I'm around for that. Work from home like everyone else in the world, right?
Yeah,
It used to be unique last year. This year it's like, you work from home. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it, you know. Hang out, do
so
the bedtime routine, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doing dishes, I'm putting, you know, tubbing kids and reading stories and reading, you know, prayers and going to bed. Yeah, so.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah. What actually, I was going to ask you this too. Sorry. Going back to goals.
Yeah.
You're a big family guy, and I think it's because every time I talk, you're on the road or coming from or going to with your family.
Yeah.
What kind of, do you set those types of goals, family goals, like, honey, we're going to take the kids 4, 3, 5 times this year to...
I mean,
or does it just happen
all the time? Like we're already talking about, like this year we went Bear Lake, Lake Powell a couple of different times. We've traveled like Florida, like Georgia. We've gone all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're already talking spring break trips. We go a lot.
Got it.
A lot. We take weeks with our family. We're talking about our September trip this year. So yeah, that's a huge part of our planning sessions for the year. It's like, what vacations are we taking with the kids? We've already got 3 of them booked for next year. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a big thing.
Where? Do you mind sharing where you're going?
Yeah. So one of them, I really wanted to go to the Michigan, Upper Peninsula.
Okay.
So like from Traverse City, you go to Mackinac Island, and then there's like Pictured Rocks National Park or Pictured Rocks National Shoreline up there, Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Yeah.
I want to go there in September with like all the leaves and stuff. So I want to go do that for like 10 days.
Oh, nice.
We're going on we want to do this for years with my kids, like a church history tour, LDS church history tour.
Sure.
So we're going to do that. I've gone to all those places, but my kids haven't, so I want to go there with them. Included in that, we're going to go to like Niagara Falls and all that too.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be super cool. We're not sure what we're going to do for our spring trip yet, but we've got some time booked out for that. But those are 3 of the things, or 2 of the things. No, and we've already got a Bear Lake in next week, or next year, a week in Bear Lake, and then a week on Lake Powell with a houseboat. So we've already got those ones booked in too. We're pretty well. We're getting this book stuff. But I love to do that stuff. Like that's for me, like the time freedom. That's it. Time freedom. Go hang out with the family and go spend, you know, a week here, a week there. It's awesome.
And do you have? I think was it you that I was chatting with that has like a vehicle? I don't even know what they're called. RVs. Do you have an RV? Is that how you get around?
So I did an RV trip. We went for a month this year.
Okay.
When COVID hit. I was supposed to go to Israel this year. It was like, I turned 40 this year, so it was like a big 40th thing. I'm
Congratulations.
like, honey, I want to go to do this. I've wanted to do this for years. But international travel got axed this year. I said, oh no.
Right.
So rented an RV and went for a month across multiple different states, Black Hills of South Dakota. Went to Montana, did a dude ranch out there. Did helicopters over Mount Rushmore. Just super cool stuff, but a month, and I want to do more. Like, I'm trying to find time this next year, 2021, to go spend 2 or 3 weeks on the road with an RV too, because it's phenomenal. Yes, it was so fun.
So we almost pulled the trigger on a Sprinter van this month for Christmas as a family.
Oh man!
That we're gonna deck out with a little shower, you know, a bunk bed.
Do it.
Oh, dude, I gotta send you this video.
Do it.
A buddy of mine, he lives up in Fruit Heights. He's an attorney, and he's the one who got me hooked into this. He got a Sprinter van and decking it down, and I'm like, ah.
Do it, man. Nothing like this last year, teaching my kids to build a fire. Something we take for granted because I was a Boy Scout and everything.
Yeah.
I've never built a fire with my kids, but it's awesome. By a river, building a fire, teaching how to do that, just enjoying that time. Like, some of the best times came from this year doing that stuff. So highly recommend that type of stuff. Gotcha.
Yes, definitely. Andy, how do you stay motivated, if you don't mind me asking? You know, you've got these goals. How do you stay on target?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just naturally motivated.
Yeah,
so
I think
I'm always just
like,
it's like you got to do something.
Right.
You know, I don't know. There's not like any magic pill for me. I just kind of like, what am I interested in at that time? Just go for it. Go do it, right? Like, I don't know.
So I'm going to come up with the next question right now. Because I feel I'm naturally motivated too. I have a couple friends that have zero motivation. Like they just struggle with the idea of becoming larger, bigger, growing. They don't know if they're capable of it. Their 9 to 5 is just probably the best thing they're ever going to have. And we'll sit down and I'm like, why can't you believe in yourself to be able to take a little risk? And I'm not saying quit your job, but start a side hustle and see where it goes or whatever. And they can't understand how I think, and I can't understand how they think, because I think I was born, I don't know if I was born, maybe my parents were an example of self-driven. They were immigrants to this country and worked really, really hard, and I learned probably from them. Do you have any advice for people that just can't believe in themselves, how to get out of that rut?
Yeah, and I don't know, believing in yourself, like, there's something that you're passionate about, and whatever that is that you're passionate about, like, follow that, do something with that, learn that. Like, it doesn't have to be Yoshi's right or Andy's right. Like, whatever do you feel like for you that you're passionate about?
Yeah.
Like, start learning about that and doing that stuff. Like, for me, it's like the backyard stuff that I'm gonna be doing next year, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know anything about those things, but I'm gonna dive in and learn that stuff. Like, I don't know, because I just want to. Like, it's growth for me, right?
Right.
So, just do something like that. Get outside of yourself and get outside of there's a lot of things that are just mind-numbing these days, right?
Yeah.
Listen to something good. Get around good people. And get off of I hate to say it, but like the mind-numbing stuff that's just no progress, like video game stuff. Like, there's no progress there. Like, your false sense of progress. You think you're progressing because you're getting some badge award in the game. Like, go do something. Go progress somewhere. Do something. I just alienated whatever percent of the audience because they're like, he doesn't like video games. I'm just saying, man, it's just hollow, right? Go out and like experience. Go help somebody else. Go build something. Go do something. You know?
Right. I feel like sometimes people, they come out of high school, some of them go to college, some of them don't, and, making money becomes a necessity. They dive right into it, and they never got to taste the other flavors of opportunities of income, right?
Yeah.
And they're stuck in that one, and I'm just like some of them don't even know what their passion are because they haven't figured out what they're passionate about because they haven't even tasted it.
They don't have time to be passionate too. They're like, I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm just tired.
Right.
Beat down. Yeah, that's tough.
It's tough. Yeah, and so some of the things that we'll sit down and talk about is you've got to go just try other stuff that you think you're gonna like. I say it's a lot like when you see an attractive individual.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, that, in our case, that girl's very attractive.
Yeah.
And then you start to date her and she's a complete jerk, and then you're like, okay, I'm done, right? that's going out and finding careers sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I want to be a doctor because it looks attractive because they make a lot of money, and then they start medical school. Jeff Braley was in medical school. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they, now he's a successful attorney, but there are things that you'll pursue that you'll end up changing your mind on. I think you just got to go taste them all.
Yeah, you got to go do something.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Okay. All right. Any last tips that you can share with the listeners as far as pursuing your dream?
You know what? I would say this. Like, you might be thinking, we started the show with Yoshi calling me the Jedi, Yoda, and all that stuff. Like, if you knew me, if you knew who I was and where I came from, like, I'm just normal. I was a dock worker. I was a college dropout dock worker, but what I had was some passion. I read some stuff, I was getting around better people, and I had some ideas. I was like, I want to get this freedom. So I wanted that freedom. I was willing to sacrifice for that over anything else. My first deal, I was super blessed to make $40,000. What I did with that $40,000, I did not upgrade my car, I did not move out. I took that money, I invested it in rent and interest, and I just continually sowed those seeds. That money was not money, it was seeds to my freedom. I didn't want anything but that freedom. I wanted that more than anything else.
Right.
I invested those seeds in my freedom and kept doing that. So I would say, live on less than you make, invest that difference, sacrifice now so you're not forced to sacrifice later so that you can have the time that you want later. Like, it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Get passionate about that.
I love that. And there's been a couple of, I can't remember who it is now, I'm trying to think, but they'll live less than your means is so critical.
It's critical.
So important because
you have to sacrifice.
Yes.
You either can choose to sacrifice now, or you'll be forced to sacrifice later.
Exactly.
It's your choice.
Yep.
It's your choice.
Yep.
But you don't have to spend all of the money you make. I don't care how much you make. You don't have to.
Exactly.
You can make those sacrifices for yourself. It's for yourself later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've always asked, like, one of the things I asked my buddy is like, why do you go to work 9 to 5, work so hard to make somebody else wealthy, but you can't do that for yourself on a side hustle, right? Yeah. And I love how you just said it's for yourself. You're doing this for you.
It's for your own freedom.
Yeah.
It's for your own freedom.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
Andy, thank you so much for being on the show and sharing all of your wisdom today.
Oh, thank you, Yoshi.
Yes.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, guys. You've been listening to K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM, the show Utah Home Sweet Home, and I hope you all have a spectacular rest of the day. Okay, before we part ways, in case you have a dog or know someone else who does have a dog, I wanted to take a quick second to show you the Snap Leash. The Snap Leash can literally do so many things, and I'm going to share with you one of the many cool things that it can do. As you can see, the Snap Leash is designed with 2 swivel hooks, one on each end. This end has a cushion stitched into it to make it comfortable when walking your dog. Now, all you have to do is take this swivel hook, put it into this very first grommet, and now you've got your handle. Okay, so now let's imagine you're at the park and you want to secure your pet quickly, safely, and easily to a park bench, a tree, or a pole because you just want to sit down and relax. Well, all you need to do is take this swivel hook, remove it from the very first grommet, wrap this leash around any size tree or pole or park bench, and put it into the appropriate grommet, and now you have secured your pet quickly, safely, and easily. And when it's time to head home, another great feature about the Snap Leash is you can simply wrap it around your waist for hands-free walking. Lastly, if you ever accidentally forget your waist bags at home, these grommets make a great place to fasten the waist bags so you never leave home without them. And if you want to see all of the other cool things that the Snap Leash can do, then please just click on the link below and find out why so many others are falling in love with the Snap Leash.